Tortoise, you don't throw it out.
Solid. Oh, my, what a...
Call me a giant or call me a 49er. Call me a warrior cause I follow a code of honor.
What is up, guys? This is your boy Fight Night's Finest, the Sophie commentator, bringing you guys some more OWC action in the heavyweight division with my heavyweight Dricil Daniels. But today, I don't want to really talk about that. I was on the stream last week on Friday, and I was playing Call of Duty with a friend of mine, and we was talking. We made it just a little. It's like one of those subcategories that you don't talk too much about, but it was something that was brought up that makes you think. And this person said that you can't survive off of running an exclusive channel. And the way YouTube is nowadays is there's not really many exclusive channels that are small that get big and work their way up. And the big guys now, yes, they have the exclusive content, but they can post anything that they want and pretty much get views on it, whether it's vlogs, other video games that they're not known for posting. There's so many other things that they can do with their channels and still get respect and views, and it's pretty much you're established at that point. And those guys started off exclusive, and they started off pretty much in the beginning, or caught on to how the whole game works. And they had the time, the effort, all those things that they put into making videos, and they put them in, and then they got big, and then they got established. And like I said, this person said you can't really survive off of exclusive channel if you want to grow and become big. It's pretty much the way it works now, or the way it seems to work now, is that you have to post multiple things. And to me, there's two ways to grow on YouTube. You can post multi-type content, whether it's for example, you do walkthroughs or playthroughs or let's plays. Those are the type of contents that some people put out there. So you got the let's plays channel, you got the exclusive channels like myself, and then you got the people who just post random stuff or trending videos of trending topics, which would be like trending video games, and post some walkthroughs or good missions from it, online gameplays, those kind of people. And those are the people who pretty much just keep up with the times, keep up with what's going on, what's hot. And then there's other people who post retro content. There's other people who post a mixture of everything. And this, like I said, there's two ways to grow from how I see it. You can start off as an exclusive channel, and you will struggle to get wherever it is that you want to. I've struggled quite a bit so far, and there's moments where you have ups and downs, good and bad, and you got your ups and downs basically, and you got your struggles that you're gonna go through, but it's gonna pay off in the long run, because people will know to go to you whenever they want to see that kind of content. Whether you get semi-big, whether you're the biggest person who posts that kind of content, when you post exclusively, like I said, you will struggle in the beginning, but you will notice that you have a consistent base of views when you start up. For me, for example, I know by at least at the end of every day, on the first day, I'll have somewhere in between 30, 40, or 50 views, sometimes up to 70. And on by the second day of that video that I have posted, it should be somewhere in 100 views, with normally I get about 11 likes. Sometimes a little lower than that, depends on how often I keep posting, and other times it just depends on the type of video that I posted, if it's what people are used to me seeing, or if it is what they're used to seeing from me. For example, if I post a OWC gameplay and I commentate over the whole match, that will usually get a certain amount of views, with usually the 11 likes, and those fights normally go into like the 150 range. But if I fight a top elite fighter, those hit about 200 in about 3 days with when I commentate over the gameplay, or it's just a well-known player. So that's the thing that you find when you post consistently, but it also takes a lot longer to grow that way, because some people aren't interested in just seeing one thing. And usually the way the sub game works is that when you post a variety of content, people come from all over the place. It's through YouTube trafficking. So they're searching for this one specific thing that they want to see. And this is how it usually works with Let's Play channels, is that it's hot at the moment, or it's a walkthrough of a game that somebody needs help with. They may not even watch your whole playthrough because normally they don't need that much help. Let's Plays are usually because people want to listen to the person's commentary, or they're struggling on a certain area of the game. So they need help from YouTube in order to figure out how to get that part done, because either they don't want to go through the struggle of playing it themselves and figuring it out, or it's just too difficult to the point where they can't figure it out themselves. And that attracts a certain amount of views based on how early the game has come out and how hard the challenges that the person needs to see. And then there's others who come by to watch the Let's Plays, like I said, for the commentary. And then you got the group that comes by to watch the game because they want to see how the game is, what the levels are like, and is it worth investing in. So you got those type of channels. And then you got the channels that just post whatever comes out, and usually everybody's already doing that. So the people with the higher subs are pushed up to the top and get the top amount of views for those things. And then you got the people who are at the bottom with the small channels like myself, who, if they try to do that, they don't receive many views because, one, either they're just doing a regular Let's Play and they're taking days at a time to go through the entire game, and it's just their active group of subscribers watching, and they get the views that way. But usually they're pushed to the bottom because the bigger guys are already doing it, and those are the first things that's going to come up on the playlist or the search results, excuse me. So then you got the other people who post these they got these channels where they post, like I said, they post everything. I cover Let's Plays, I cover exclusives. And then you got some people who do the retro stuff that people just looking to, to have fun with, go back and reminisce, or go through see an entire walkthrough of a game where they have never been able to do when they was younger, and then come back to it, and they have that taste, that urge to go back and play that game. Or they may not have the game, so they always was curious about how it ends, and they watch those kind of gameplays to figure that type of stuff out. So that's pretty much the type of channels that you have. But the problem that I see with the Let's Play channels and stuff is you're only gonna get, when you get subscribers from that, they're expecting to only see that kind of series. Now don't get me wrong, not all subscribers who subscribe only look for that one type of content. Some of them don't mind watching a variety of content like myself. Even though I am a commentator, I'm also a subscriber because I'm sub to quite a few people. And if, for example, if my favorite commentator is Mr. Golden Sports, so whatever Mr. Golden Sports uploads, I'm gonna watch it because I really enjoy watching that guy's commentary. And that's pretty much how it works with some people. Look at this guy abusing that sidestep. I'm sorry, I just looked at the screen and I'm like, damn, for real though? But yeah, getting back on topic. Those kind of people are the type of subscribers that you want, where they'll watch anything, they'll comment, they may leave a like, or if they don't comment, they'll always leave a like, and that's a view that you're gonna get with the full watch per minute. So when you upload, the way YouTube analytics works is that when you upload, they tell you how much your video, how long it is. So for example, let's say this is a 25-minute video, and I get 100 views on it, but I only get 143 minutes watch. I may have 100 views, but that tells me I didn't do something right, or people are sick of this content. So your minutes per view is very important to know whether you're entertaining your subscribers or you're not entertaining your subscribers, or they're just clicking on it and leaving a like and then they're disappearing. So they're not really watching what you're putting out. And when you're a commentator and you see that kind of thing, it can either get you upset, depressed, or lets you know that I need to go back to the drawing board and rework things because I'm not doing something correctly. And you post videos for people to watch it, not to get views, not to get likes, not to get comments. I mean, of course you could do it for all those reasons, but your main reason is you want people to see what you watch the entirety of it. Like, you can, if you're a commentator, you know what I'm talking about. You can look at the comment section and you will know, based on the comments, who really watched the video and who's just being respectful and showing support to your channel. The ones that you want is the guys who's gonna watch the whole video. And if they're not watching the whole video and you're seeing it on a consistent basis, they're just really good fans of yours and they don't want to see you crash or burn, and they're just watching it, just clicking on the video to give it the view and give it the like, but they don't either have time or they're just not interested in your content anymore. So those are the things that you have to look out for. And that's the problem that I find with Let's Play channels, is that you're gonna get the view or subscribers for only that content, that certain content or that certain video, and the people respected it enough to subscribe to you. But you'll notice later, once you start getting up in sub range, and if your subs are going up but your views are either decreasing or they're not increasing with the amount of subscribers that you're getting, your subscriber and your view base should be somewhere along the same if you're doing it correctly. Or from what I've seen, that's what everybody's dream is. But from watching the bigger channels and stuff, I mean, of course they get subscribers all the time, and usually it's about a third or half of your views are coming from either your subscribers, and then sometimes you get those bigger videos that's even more than the amount of subscribers that you have, or it's close to the number, and that sometimes just comes from random YouTube trafficking. So like I said, when you have a Let's Play channel and you have a certain amount of subscribers but your views don't carry over to that, it's because you have a variety of content and they're only there for that specific content. So that's why I think running an exclusive channel is the best. It does take a lot longer to grow. It does take a lot more effort and views and stuff in order to get the respect and stuff that you deserve or that you would like to see. So versus that topic right there of, you know, variety of content, for me, I think it's best to stick with exclusive, and I think it's the best way to actually grow. And that's just based on that little live stream that I was part of, just playing in a person's live stream, and it really made me think about that for a while. Like how could that be possible that you can't grow from an exclusive channel? And exclusive channels to me are the most dedicated, because, well, Let's Plays, you know, you got to go out there and spend money and stuff, and you know, it can be either a quick way to get views or not a quick way. I mean, it all really depends sometimes, like I said, about how big your channel is and all those other factors. But for me, exclusive channels can survive. They can go the distance, and they, at the end of the day, they will be most respected once they get up to the top end. You know, they'll be the most stable, and it's best to work from something established and stable and then branch off from there and then do your other content. For me, you have to earn the right to post other content. You practice with one till you make it perfect or near as good as you possibly can, and keep getting better at it, and then you can branch off into other fields. That's the way I see it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. But you know, I wanted to say, if you guys ever noticed, like, this YouTube thing, sometimes it can be like a business, because some people treat their subscribers as if it's an actual business. Now, in business language, the way subscribers and your channel and everything works is every channel starts off like a mom and pop store, where, you know, you just know the people in the neighborhood. People come by to get their, you know, daily needs, and they don't feel like going out too far or going too wide out. And from there, you know, you branch off into something bigger, or you might become something more established. And that's the way it works. You know, you network with a bunch of different mom and pop stores, and you advertise on each other's, like, store windows and stuff. In this case, you'll be advertised on people's sub box. You might do a post for post, where I post on your channel, you post on mine, or I just want you to post on my channel so you can get a few more views or a few more customers, quote unquote, since it's like a business, customers per se, to go with you, to add to yours, you know, just to add more company to each other. And that's how I feel about the Fight Night community sometimes, is, you know, it's just like a business. Like, honestly, some people climb and step and steal from one another in order to get to where they are, or they take things from other people. And this is just not in the Fight Night community. This is just in games and other games in general, where people step and steal on people's ideas, just like it is in the real business world, where you will see, like for example, take Bill Gates. He stole somebody's idea and now has like probably one of the most successful businesses in America just from stealing somebody's idea. And you know, it's the same way in the Fight Night community. You know, people see other things. There's nothing wrong with posting idea that somebody else had. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But you know who the originator of it was. And some people do it just because they see the view count goes up. Oh, let me do that same thing. Or let me try to see what he did. That was a great idea. Let me take it and let me make it even better before he has the chance to establish it. And it's wrong to steal from other people. It's wrong to steal people's ideas. And then you have the people in business who, once they get up to the top and they start making big money, big dollar, you know, they forget about the little people. They forget about the people that they came with. Some people leave other people behind. Then they try to get even bigger and they get greedier because it's involving money now when you get bigger in YouTube. So what they do is they act like they're all good friends and stuff, and then they steal from each other. They steal subscribers, which in this case would be customers, from each other by gaining a person's trust, and then they leave afterwards. They find a way to get out. In business, it would be like going through a lawsuit and finding a loophole to protect yourself after you gain what you needed. And it's wrong. It's really wrong to sit there and try your best to grow like that, or try to steal from other people in order to get where you're at. At the end of the day, you know, you got to remember where you came from, because everybody started with 0 subs, 0 views, and 0 comments. You know, you started from somewhere, and it's really important to remember that. That's why, you know, you see guys like Jay-Z with the Barclays Center. I read an article on that the other week about how the people in the neighborhood. I live in Brooklyn, by the way. I don't live in that neighborhood, but the people in the neighborhood can't even afford to go to the games because the way it is set up where it's for the white people. It's basically not for the white people. I shouldn't have said that. It's for the people with money, and it doesn't really branch out to the people in the community, where it's not price friendly for the people in the community, because you know they don't always have, people in Brooklyn don't always have the best money, don't always have the greatest amount of money, and it's all in that shopping area, and it's a place where people from all over New York City come over to shop. And you know, there's a place over there called Atlantic Mall, and there's a bunch of different stores in there that people go to all the time. But you know, that's grocery stores, that's shoe places, malls and stuff. But when you go to the games, or if you ever been in the Barclays Center, you don't see too many people from the community going inside of there. Like, you may see people working in there, but they're not the ones sitting down enjoying and watching the game, because it's expensive, and that's not how you set things up. To me, Oscar De La Hoya is a perfect example of how to run a business. You make the prices for tickets and stuff for the people in the community so they can go see it. That's why the last fight with Austin Trout and Canelo Alvarez sold so many tickets, is because it's affordable for people to go see. And it's the same way with YouTube. Like, the way people set things up is that not that everybody can profit from it. It's so they can gain what they need, and then they can get out and keep moving. And they're just doing it to be greedy. They're doing it so they can get the maximum amount of money without being considerate about how somebody else can do something. And if you think about it, it'll be even more profitable to work with everybody else, because then you're all grown together. Everybody's hearing that person's name. Like, it takes you a while sometimes before, when you're comfortable with one person's content, before you go out there and check somebody else's content out. And if you keep hearing that person's name, then that must mean they're doing something right, or that must mean that you respect them enough for me to go check them out. And that's the way it should work. It shouldn't work as if, you know, I'm climbing on top of you like crabs, and I'm gonna pull you down in order so I can try to get to the top. It shouldn't work like that. And then you got the people up top in the business world who spit on their customers. They spit, they shit, and they piss on their customers and abuse them. And the customers keep coming back because they're expecting to get some type of quality out after you already established a good name for yourself. And then you end up crashing and burning once people realize your product isn't good. Look at the channels now on YouTube that's starting to crash and burn because they're not pulling out good quality content, or they're making an embarrassment out of themselves, and they're pissing on their subscribers by not answering back on comments. But you can have 50 days played on a video game, but you can't respond to comments. And it's disgusting to see how certain channels, when they get big, or just certain channels in general, like you don't take the time out to respect the people who help you get where you are and your subscribers. And it's the same way in the business world. Take Roxhill, for example. Perfect example. I can't remember who they partner with. I think it's Canelo. But how do you give somebody a 14-day warranty as if their product will break down in the first 14 days before you can replace it, and then you have to buy a support ticket in order to replace what broke down on your product? How do you give somebody a 14-day warranty on something that can break down at any time? That's either like certain items like refrigerators and stuff get 10-year warranties, because those are things that can break down at any time. You buy, even if you have to say buy a warranty, people have no problem buying warranties because they want to be able to get the support that they need. But how do you offer 14 days support and then later on you curse it? What if I need support 6 months from now? I have to pay, what is it, $25 for a support ticket when I should have had a year warranty? It's like certain things just spit right in the customer's face, and certain commentators spit right in their customer's face, and their business partners too. In this case, the people they network with, they spit in other commentators' face by stealing their ideas and taking ideas from people, and then they run with it, and then they don't give other people the satisfaction that they need. And it's wrong. It's disgusting, and it really irritates me sometimes to see that this is how people treat people. Like it's a dog eat dog world, when you can all come together and just try to work your way up. And then there's the customers that deserve it. There's the subscribers that deserve it, where they come by because they have nothing else better to do with themselves, and they leave dislikes as a troll method, or because they don't like, if you don't like something what somebody says, you're supposed to leave a dislike because you disagree with them. But when a person's able to explain and back that up with factual evidence, and then you're just trying to be supportive of what your initial idea was, and you're unable to adapt to change, and then you just leave the dislikes just to do it because you disagree to a certain point where you don't even take anything else into consideration, that's disrespectful. When you got a guy who's posting or who's working behind off to get the views and get the subscribers, and then you just automatically, before you even sit down and watch the video, you leave the dislikes, it's disrespectful. Take Chris Games for example. He had a FIFA series going on his channel, and every time I'll come over to watch the video, and this is when it's just posted as well, it was probably posted like let's say 3 or 5 minutes ago, there's already 2 dislikes on the video, and the video could be like 10 minutes long. You dislike, and they spit in commentators' face just to do it. Just to do it because maybe you didn't like something that person said in the past. And you have to understand, the thing about YouTube is it's like a story. It's a person's experiences through gaming and their constant posting. Some people put their real lives out there, and they put their faces on the internet, and they put their faces out there for people to view, respect, and entertain, and try to entertain people. And then people come by and they disrespect them with nasty comments when they're putting out good quality content. You ever seen the people who you know are really good have about like 300 likes, and then that one dislike with a nasty negative comment that insults the commentator for no apparent reason? Like, if everybody else is liking it, why you have to be the one person to come by, not appreciate what you see? If you don't like what you see, just walk away. That's like you on the street and you see a man beating his wife, and this guy is like, let's say it's Mike Tyson, he's hitting his wife. Are you gonna go up to Mike Tyson and tell him what you think? Hell no, you ain't gonna go up to him and tell him what you think. You're just gonna walk away, because you might call the cops, you might do something about it later, but you know, if you go up to him in real life, you know what the result's gonna be. So it's just a disrespect sometimes that people subscribers leave to them, or people who just randomly come by and they leave the disrespectfulness, and it's disrespectful. But yeah, as you can see here, this guy was very disrespectful throughout the entirety of this fight. I hope you guys also enjoyed that little analogy that I put together about, you know, business and how it works and content of the channel. I'm sorry if I stuttered a lot this video. I was just really just trying to get everything out there on the plate, but I decided to be so disrespectful in the 10th round because this guy has been running all fight. You know, he tried all his little tactics and none of them will work, and now he needs to knock out the win. I'm giving him the opportunity to knock me out. I'm giving him the opportunity to knock me out by not putting up my hands, not playing no defense this round. And he's trying to troll back instead of going for the knockout and taking the victory. And it's guys like this who's, like I said, who's disrespectful to the game with the tactics of constantly running, you know, with the straight spam. I saw the side step uppercut spam that he did earlier, and it's he doesn't even know what to do now at this point. It's disrespectful and it's rude. And then when a person can't do it, when you show a person who fights like this with this kind of height and this kind of reach, how disrespectful it is to not only the sim-like style of boxing, but how disrespectful it is to the game and to the player to show that you even come into a fight fighting like this. It's disrespectful. And I wanted him to see that no matter what he did, and I'll give you the chance, no matter what you do, you will not defeat me. And that's all I wanted this guy to really see at the end of this fight here. We trickled down to the last 30 seconds of the fight, and you know, this whole, just the way this guy did things was just so disrespectful. And I hope you guys, you know, I hope you guys don't ever become like that, where you're just being disrespectful just to do it. You're being rude and nasty to people on purpose. It's not good. I hope you're not stealing from one another. If you guys also have channels, people out there who's doing that, you know who you are, and it's about time, you know, that you step up to the plate and you stop doing it. But I hope you guys enjoy this. This is your boy Fight Night's Finest, the Sofa Commentator, signing off.